Alright guys, so today we're taking a look at this little lavalier wireless mic. Very tiny, as you can see there's my hand for scale. And I've actually been using this already in a lot of my videos. I mainly use it for like background voiceovers and stuff like that. And I wanted to replace, the typical wired lavalier mic that I would use with my phone. So I am recording this on my phone right here, and I don't have this currently turned on. So you're hearing the normal microphones from the phone, along with all of the background noise here in the room. I got a fan going here in the background, so probably this is not that very good audio, which is why I typically use a lavalier mic to avoid things like wind noise. There's a wind muff on here, so I use it quite a bit. But this is, as you can see, kind of unwieldy, a lot of cable. I've tripped over it a few times. I yanked the cord out of the phone and stuff like that. So, I have actually I've contacted a lot of vendors regarding wireless mics. I have this, I have a couple other ones. Would like to test out the Rode one, but of course, they're not returning my emails. But this is pretty nice. I've already attached the wind muff here. This is the white version. There's a black version. It looks like this. It's black and silver. And now I'll explain why I have two of these here in a second. So this operates off of Bluetooth. So it connects via Bluetooth to your phone. And this is mainly to be used with your phone. If you want to use it with a DSLR camera or some other camera with audio input, that's what the second one here is for. So you actually would pair these together. One would be a transmitter, and then the other one would act as a receiver. And then there is an audio out jack here with you'll need a special cable to get as well, which they also sent along, a little cable here for that. And then you plug that into your camera, and then that also will allow you to transmit the audio wirelessly to another device other than the phone if you don't want to use your phone for this purpose. Now, for the rest of the stuff that comes in the box, you get a quick start guide. You get a manual, which is kind of weird. Quick start guide's huge, a manual is tiny. This is really easy to use. You won't even need to look at the manual. You do get an extra Dead Cat wind muff, like a little bit larger one for windier conditions, but generally I've been using this, and in light breezes this is fine for handling wind. I think you would only need to use one if you are in really, really strong winds. Then this will definitely, if you don't have this at all, and it will pick up wind noise. And then there's a audio jack right here for this little earphone you can plug into there. So if you want to use this to monitor the audio pickup, you plug this in, and then you can listen into the audio feed. So like if you're concerned about how you sound, like on a Zoom call or something like that, you can listen to your audio pickup here. If something's wrong, you'll be able to hear that, and that's what this is for. Okay, so now that you have heard me on basically the bad audio, this omnidirectional microphones on the phone, I'm going to switch over to this one, connect here to the phone. It just connects via Bluetooth, just like you pair up any other Bluetooth device on your phone, like headphones or anything like that. Works the same way, but then you have to download the SmartMike Plus app from the Google Play Store or Apple Store, and that's what you're going to use to that's the app you have to use to be able to use the audio from this device. It does not work with third-party apps, at least at this time. Okay, so I've got the wireless mic turned on. A little flashing blue light here. It blinks every once in a while, like every 5 seconds or so. And I can see the levels in the app here. It's showing that it's receiving audio. I can see that's recording. It is recording on the app that comes from SmartMike or Sabinetek. And it's not you can't use your normal camera app. So it's obviously using the cameras in your phone, but you're going to be using a different app. So if you're used to using certain features of your camera app on your phone, your normal camera app, then they obviously are not going to be in this one. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and I'll attach this to my shirt here. You can see kind of you put it on like this, and this is probably going to be, I can hear it's kind of clipping. So you can adjust the settings here. I think I turned off or reduced the noise reduction feature, because if you leave it on default, it seems to do a little bit extra work on the noise reduction, and kind of muffles the audio a little bit. So I'll try not to talk too loudly here, because I'm probably clipping right now. I think I need to adjust the gain. There's a setting in the app where you can adjust the automatic gain setting on the microphone. I believe I have that turned off, because normally, when I was using it previously, I would have the microphone a little bit further away. When you're this close here, you probably should have the automatic gain feature turned on. But I'm going to demonstrate this in another environment, outdoors. So right now we're in like a indoor setting. It's a fan going over here. Not the best acoustically. There's a lot of walls and like things, there's not a lot of sound deadening. I have a little bit of sound deadening here behind me and over here on the left, but for the most part, there's a lot of echoes in this room. So we'll see what it sounds like outside. We'll do the same test here, regular phone audio, and then the audio from the mic. And then I will then show you how this works paired up with another one of these as a receiver with a different camera. All right, so I'm here at the park. I'm not using the wireless lav mic. I'm just using the onboard mics on the phone, and probably 4 feet away right here. Not sure how well you can hear me. There's a fair amount of wind noise here. Wind's kind of coming and going. Also, there's some cars and stuff. There's a street right over here, so it's a good test to see how much the wireless lavalier mic will cut down the noise. So I'm going to go back. You're probably not going to be able to hear me at some point here. About 10 feet away here. Go back further. And I don't know if you can hear me at this point. That's probably about 15 feet away. I'm going to go further away with the lavalier mic. All right, so I'm going to switch over to the wireless mic. Okay, so I'm now using the SmartMike, about 3-4 feet away from the camera, and again, wind noise. There's a street over here with some cars and trucks and stuff going by. So yeah, I'm not sure what that sounds like right now because I can't hear it, but I imagine this is better because I typically use a lav mic, a wired lav mic, at this location because it's fairly noisy. So I thought this place would be a good place to test out this mic. I'm gonna go further away. I'm gonna test out the range. So I guess it claims about 15 meters of range, but that's going to depend on your ambient environment, if there's other devices like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi devices in your area. So if you're like taking this to CES, probably not going to get as much range because there's a lot of other devices, and RF noise probably going to interfere and reduce your range. But there's shouldn't be anything here at this park. I mean, there's some houses over there and over there, but they're further away. So not sure if I'm still connected or if you can still hear me. Hopefully you can. About 50 feet away. So I think 15 meters is about 45 feet. So I might be out of the range at this point. Let me move a little bit closer. So actually, this is probably about 40 feet here actually. So I'm probably right at the edge of the range. There's a couple of trucks over here on this side. Hopefully you guys can still hear me at that distance. Although, you know, I'm not sure how useful being this far away from the camera is. And it looks like, yeah, I didn't lose connection or anything. So I'm just going to go back as far as I can and just wait until it loses connection. Lots of noise over here. Not sure if that's going to be coming through or not. I do have the noise reduction feature on the mic actually turned off because I prefer the sound of that over with the noise reduction on. Plus I have a little bit of wind muff here, so we'll see what that sounds like with no noise reduction at all. All right, so I'm like probably twice as far away as before. This is probably close to 80 feet. Go further back. Let's see how far away I can get here. 100 feet probably here. I'm probably not even visible in the camera anymore. All right, so it's about 120 feet away. We'll see if it maintains the connection or not. It might lose the connection and then regain it like as soon as you come closer to it, so while it's still recording. And it looks like it's still recording. Probably didn't lose connection, so guess we'll find. Okay, so now I'm going to use two of these SmartMike Pluses in master and slave mode. So there's another way you can use two of these together by pairing them both to the same phone. And if you're doing like an interview, you could have one on your interviewer person and one on the interviewee and interviewer. So that could be used in that way, but I'm not going to be testing it in that scenario because the audio quality would obviously be the same or similar between these two. What I'm interested in is using this black one here as the slave, and this will be connected to a camera via an audio input, and then this will act as a receiver, and the white one here will act as the transmitter, which will be the actual active microphone. So it does explain here in the manual what you have to do. You have to turn on the slave, or the black one, which is what I'll do. Hold the power switch for 10 seconds, and then the indicator will flash red and green, which means it'll be in slave mode. And then when you power on the transmitter, which will be the white one, turn that on, it will automatically pair with the black one, which will be in slave mode. And then when this receives the signal from the transmitter, this will, once it connected to the camera, which I'll show you here momentarily, you can get the audio that way into your camera, because obviously this doesn't connect to your camera. You have to have this audio adapter, so you get these two cables. There's a TRRS and a TRS cable in here in this pack, and basically one's a 3-pole and the other one's a 4-pole connector, and they're both the same on each side. And so basically one works for like smartphones that have like 4 poles, and then most cameras will have 3 poles. So you'll use the one here on the left. Go ahead and turn this on. Hold the power button down for 10 seconds. And it'll flash, I think, red and green, it says. There we go. So now it's in slave mode. I'll go ahead and turn on the transmitter now. Okay, so the pairing did seem to take a little bit of time. Maybe the timing between when this went into pairing mode and when I actually powered this on was a little bit off, but it actually now works. So you see you have a slowly blinking green light on the receiver here and a slowly blue blinking light here on the transmitter, and that's how you know that you have a connection. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll test this out. Okay, so now I'm recording this video with the audio from the internal mics on the Osmo Pocket. The internal mics in this cameras are generally pretty good unless you get kind of far away. I'm not holding the camera here, as you can see. It's as far as my arm can go. It's a little further away on a tripod. So in some instances where I want a little bit wider field of view, the audio might sound a little bit too soft, or more background noise will get absorbed into the audio when you're using internal microphones. But it's a quiet room. There's not a lot of noise in here. A little bit of echo. Probably sounds pretty good. I've got the smart mics paired up, and we're going to go and plug these in. So I got the adapter plugged into the top of the receiver, and then this adapter is going to go into the bottom of the Osmo Pocket. And it should maintain the connection, or this should record while I plug it in. So plugging in now, and it says audio adapter connected. I see the microphone there, and I see the audio is fluctuating, so it looks like it's receiving signal. And I'm going to go ahead and stick it on my shirt here like I would normally use it. And so just on my shirt or something like this, it would be close to the source of the audio, wherever your sound's coming from. So apparently you can adjust the audio level of the mic when it's in this master slave mode by pressing the power button, and you can listen in on the little earphone on the receiver. And I did do that. I kept pressing the button, but it didn't seem like it was louder or softer when I did that. So hopefully this sounds loud enough. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works. It says in the manual it goes in a loop, but it's a little unclear. When you press the button, it doesn't give you an indication that the volume level has changed, and it sounds the same. So the manual, the instructions might be a little bit, well, they're just pretty much ambiguous. And so I'm not exactly sure if this is going to sound loud enough. And if it isn't, then I'll put a little screen, I'll note on the screen here that I'm adjusting the volume either up or down. Typically, if it's not loud enough, you can't hear it, then I'll adjust it up, and then I'll make a note of that on the video. But for now, we'll go ahead and take it outside. See what it sounds like in this setup here in that same park where I used the phone, with the background noise and all that stuff. All right, so I'm back at the park here with the Osmo Pocket, and I'm just recording the audio on the internal microphones on the Osmo Pocket. So probably hearing a lot of ambient noise. There's these are omnidirectional microphones on here, and I think as I go further away, you're probably not going to hear me. You're just going to hear like the outside noise. So stepping away, still talking here. Probably can't hear me too well at this point, probably. I know these microphones work really well up close, but at a distance they don't work very well at all, which is why this wireless microphone system will probably be pretty good at this. And you're probably just hearing lots of background noise here. So let me go ahead and plug in the SmartMike Plus and the slave master system here, and let's see what it sounds like. Okay, so I got the SmartMike hooked up now, and you're hearing the audio from the SmartMike Plus here on my shirt, and we'll see what it sounds like. It's probably going to sound a lot better, a lot less ambient noise, most likely, and you're probably just going to be hearing my voice. And I can hear this loud truck over here on my left that's going by. I'm not sure if that'll come up on the microphone or not. And obviously I can walk further away. Hopefully the camera will still track me. And obviously test out what the wireless distance is like with the mics here in the slave master configuration. Okay, so unfortunately at this point, the connection appears to be lost and was not recovered, even though, as you can see here, I'm still talking. Seems like the range on the SmartMike to SmartMike connection is a fair bit less than SmartMike to smartphone, and I think I actually would prefer using it in that way anyway, just connecting it to my phone, because as soon as I turn on the SmartMike, it's automatically connected to the phone, and I can go ahead and use it. When using it with the SmartMike to SmartMike setup, you have to repair the slave of the other SmartMike that goes to the camera each time. So it is a little bit of a hassle. It takes an extra 10-15 seconds to do that, and the connection is okay as long as you're within distance. So overall, I'm pretty good with the sound quality. I think that I will continue to use it in future videos, and you have already seen this in many past videos. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.